read the article late last night, and I know you talked about it on Fair Territory. Let's kick it around here for a moment because you said you hate the Tatis situation. Actually, I pulled my favorite part here that I know these guys will like. It is still rare in The Athletic, it is still rare for a player to openly criticize a teammate or rival who is caught using PEDs. But when it comes to Tatis, I can picture players sitting at lockers, filling out their ballots and thinking, fuck this guy. I thought that was a great line.
Well, actually, from being in enough clubhouses over the years, I actually can picture that. And this is a very interesting situation. And it jumped out at me last night when the selections were announced, even more than Wander Franco. Tatis is one of the best players in the game. He is one of the most exciting players in the game. He is almost the definition of what you would want in an all-star game. He is, despite starting the season on April 20th because of his suspension, 6th in the National League in Fangraphs' version of WAR. And like you, Scott, I'm not an all-WAR all the time guy, but that is telling, especially because it's a cumulative metric, and he started late and he's still up among the league leaders. But what stood out to me here was that as much as I would love to see him in the game in many ways, I also love that the players stood up and said, we're not having him. He was suspended. We don't like this. We're going to take, as reserves, Juan Soto, who was having a great year offensively for sure, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and Nick Castellanos. You can make the case that Castellanos and Tatis are comparable. Castellanos having a great year. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is not anywhere close to Tatis. I'm sorry. So it seems to me that the players here made a clear choice. And I applaud that choice because you know what? This is their game too. It's not just the fans who vote. It's the players who vote. And what they're saying here is you served your penalty. And that's fine. But we're not going to have you in the All-Star game on our behalf just yet.
Hey, AJ or Kratz, if you were one of the current players in this situation, yep, I already see that. That's part of what we have here with this show. Kratz, you're shaking your head. If Tatis is doing what he's doing and deserves to be there, you penalizing him? And would that continue, though? Like, does this continue for the players even after this year? Like, is he losing a popularity contest or you're just giving him a one-year punishment? I'm curious.
The question is always, is he still on it? The question is always, is it still like the whole Wander Franco getting benched thing? Like that, I'm not voting against that. Good player, bad player, whatever. If Tatis is on the border, you question, was he on it before? Is he really, as a player, as a clean player, that's what you're always questioning. So how long do you let it go? I'd vote him right away if he was my teammate, but he's not. There's 29 other teams that didn't vote him.
Here's the thing. Exactly what Kratz just said. This is the one way that players who are clean can try to affect players who aren't clean. And it sucks because he probably deserves to be there. And he probably will end up getting there anyways because, again, when somebody gets hurt or whatever. But the players have a say in one thing, really, and one thing only, and that's their vote in the All-Star game. So they all stood up and said, no, we don't want him there. And they spoke. And that's a good sign. And, will it change next year? I don't know. But he could also get ringworm again.
Yeah. By the way, well done for popping off. Visit candypop.com, cookiecandypop.com, and enter code FOULBALL for 20% off.